Hello, hello. Feel like my mic is low. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Is my volume okay? How y'all doing? I did. I just started. How y'all doing? It seems like forever. No, I'm just kidding. How are y'all? Y'all double tap in and you know the drill. You let me know what program of study you are in. LPN, RN, BS in pre-nursing, um, MA, Farm Tech, MD, Farm D, whatever it is that you are trying to calculate a dose for a patient, let me know. And I would appreciate if you shared the live as well. That would be so greatly and kind of you. I appreciate it. Thank you. And don't forget, the replay will be available on YouTube. I am on YouTube live right now. Hey, YouTubers. Child. Okay. Pediatric dosing. I have a safe dose. Lakita, what exactly are you looking for? Life trying to hold me accountable to practicing these. Bye. Happy we catch you live early. Yes. Yes, yes. We'll get started in just a second. Let's see what types of problems I got. Intake and output, of course, we have to start with a metric conversion. Got BSA. I don't like this one. Delete. All right. Drops per minute, safe dose, weight based, time completion, microgram per kilogram per minute, heparin, insulin. Yeah, yeah, all of that. Whoa, buddy. Hold on, I'm trying to fix my thingy thing. Boom. Here we go. I was stuck. I was frozen on YouTube. Okay, so we're looking for intake. Anything that's liquid at room temperature, that's what we're looking for. Okay, so what goes in? This is going in the IV. This says output, so get rid of that. That's fluff. Okay, boom. Nasogastric tube irrigation. So NG tube is going where? In the nose, right? Down to the stomach. So that's going to be going in, right? So we'll use that. JP wound drainage. It says drainage, right? So that's coming out. Boom. And then urine output. Out. Okay? So identify what is going in so you won't mistakenly get addition happy and start just adding everything in. We only want the intake, all right? So it says 350 mLs left in a 1,000 milliliter bag, okay? So this is how much is left, okay? So how much went in? Wouldn't we do 1,000 minus 350? What's that? I don't know simple math, y'all. 650, right? So that's how much went in. It's 650. So I'm going to put whatever I need to add on the side. So when I say you have to pay attention to little details, that's what I'm talking about. And it's not that you don't know what to do. You just aren't looking into what it's telling you. You got common sense. You can add and subtract. You wouldn't be in nursing school if you didn't. So you just have to pay attention to what it's telling you. Okay. So then the NG tube irrigation, 6 with 30 mLs of normal saline. So 6 times 30 is what, 180? So that's what went in. Okay? So that's it. That's all of our input. So am I 80, right? So what's it? 13. Okay. Definitely looking forward to my tutor. Yes. Oh my gosh, Regina, definitely. Make sure to email me and let me know what it is that you want to go over specifically. Okay. And if anybody else is wanting a private session, you can do so. Also, y'all, I have a whole course. It goes military time, metric conversions, orals, IV flow rate, IV drip rate, heparin bolus, and weight based problems. And it's $20 right now. It's normally 40. So for the whole month of like what your Starbucks cost on your time with video breakdown and quizzes for dosage calculations. I just came to say I take my final for the dosage this week. Ah, Caitlin, you're welcome. I pray you. I take my final for the dosage this week. Ah, Caitlin, you're welcome. I pray you. All right. Asia, you always try to get me in this book love. Okay, we'll see. We'll get to it. All right. Find the BSA for a patient who weighs 112 pounds and is 4 foot 9 inches tall. All right. So BSA. BSA is one of those little funky ones that have a formula. You know how I feel about formulas, okay? And you can't get around it. The formula is the formula, but you will have to use dimensional to do your conversions, okay? So there are two formulas. BSA is measured in meters squared. So that's the so that's your weight times your height in centimeters divided by 3,600 and you take the square root of it. Or you could do the US system of measure and your weight will be in pounds, your height will be in inches, and then you divide it by 3131, and you take the square root of that, okay? Alrighty. So, which one do you want to do? Do you want to do the metric, or would you like to do the US? I know that's right. Okay, I'll be on the road and I run into a question and be like, throw them speed bumps in here. All right. Oh man, are you liking the book so far? I be on the roll. U.S. U.S. All right. So boom, U.S. is one because only two people said U.S. So listen. So we have to convert this to inch. Convert this to inch. So that 1 foot equals 12 inches. Okay, and then we have 4 feet. Okay, so 12 inches. It's 1 foot. You put your 4 feet on the top, and it's just by itself. So anything that's by itself will go over one. Okay, boom. And so now we are left with inches. So 12 times 4 is 48. So we got 48 inches, and then we add 9 to it, right? So that's 57 inches. All right. Now we just simply put it into the formula. Okie dokie. Hey, Lantra. All right, that's my little house. All right, so our pounds are 112 pounds. Our inches, they're 57 inches divided by 3131. And this is what's going to give us our answer. That's it. Yes! The nurses are coming. Yay! Congratulations. Okay, so we'll do 112 times 57 divided by 3131. And then you press equal on your calculator. This is how people mess this one up. Okay, and then you hit square root. And then that's 1.427. All right, let's practice some rounding. If we wanted to round this to the hundredths place, what would our answer be? Okay, so we start at the hundredths, we go to its neighbor. If it's five or more, we raise the score. So it'll be 1.43, and then everything else behind it falls off. Okay, alrighty, all right, boom. We're all warmed up now. Let's get into it. Order 100 milliliter of normal saline to infuse over 4 hours. Available is 100 milliliters of normal saline bag with IV tubing, drip factor of 20 drops per milliliter. How many drops per minute not with, will the nurse administer the fluids? Okay, boom. So, what is our goal here? What are we looking for? What is the goal? What is the goal? Per minute. So with IVs, you can give an IV two ways. You could give an IV on a pump. You get give an IV via gravity. This is going to be via gravity. We're going to count those drops in the drop chamber, okay? And we're going to use the flow rate of IVs. You're looking for volume to be infused over the infusion time. So volume over time. That's one of your puzzle pieces. For your drops per minute question, so your gravity, you're going to need a drop factor. A drop factor is how many drops fall in that chamber to deliver one. Okay, so 20 times 100 divided by 4 divided by 60, it's going to be 8.33333. Repeating, you cannot divide a drop, so therefore we have to round this to the whole number. So because this is 4 or below, it's a no-go. Our answer will be 8 drops per minute. Get used to rounding and get used to labeling your answer. And congratulations. Got that big hun done. I love it. Yes, that's a big deal, V. Yes, yes. That's awesome. I needed to pass it for my pharmacology, but thank goodness my biology course taught this. Yes, everything you are going over today is what I'm needing help on. BSA is new to me. Yeah, BSA they use for pediatric patients and geriatric sometimes because they have to be specifically dosed, right? Because of their metabolisms. Like the kids, they're faster than ours, right? Or the old people, they're slower than ours. So and then the way that they excrete and metabolize that body, I mean that drug outside of the body can make it build up, right? So they have to be specifically accurately dosed. She backed a week and it messed me up because BSA came out of nowhere today and only went over it for like 3 minutes and she moved on. Regina, don't be afraid of BSA. BSA is one of those that has to have a formula. It's the height and the weight divided by either 3600 or 3131, and you take the square root of it. You use 3600 for the metric, 3131 for the US, and that's it. Don't make it more complicated. Hey, maybe. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, boom. Is ordered in two divided doses every 12 hours by mouth for a child who weighs 18 kgs. The package insert indicates that the usual dose range is 20 to 40 milligrams per kilogram per day in two divided doses. What is the daily recommended safe and effective range for this child? Is the ordered daily dose safe? Now you see I have put some inflection in my voice, right? Because I said daily. That's what you need to pay attention to, okay? So if it was just for one dose, I just said a single dose or safe dose range. You know what I'm saying? But this said daily. So we need to know how much they can receive in the day. Are y'all picking up what I'm dropping? Oh, thank y'all for the gifts. I didn't even see it. I appreciate it. Do we learn this as an LPN? Absolutely. Some of the stuff that you do go over in the LPN program, it gets progressively harder in the RN program, so it might not be as in depth. You might not do some of like the critical dose stuff, but for the most part it's all the same. Oh, thank you for the donut, Regina. I appreciate it. All right, so this is what freaks a lot of people out, but that's okay. Let's break it down. Okay, y'all ready? Y'all ready to break this down? Let's break it down. Let's make it less intimidating, because that's what we do here. All right, so drug R 400 milligrams is ordered in two divided doses every 12 hours for a child. Okay, so it is ordered, and so this is the total amount. It's telling you that you divide it into two doses and you give one dose every 12 hours. So 400 milligrams is the total for the whole day. Do you see that? Okay. So we don't even care about that right now. What we need is the safe dose range, okay? We need to see what is safe and what is not safe. What is the green zone and what is the red zone, okay? And we use the that 20 to 40 milligrams per kilogram per day. All right, let me get my colors out again. You see this right here? That says day, right? 20 milligrams per kilogram per day. So if we are looking for the safe and effective daily, and daily, we are looking for how many milligrams we should give in the day. So that is what our goal is, okay? So since we have 20 milligrams per kilogram per day, and our puzzle piece and our goal is day, do we need to know how many doses are in the day? Is it asking about dose? No, it's not. So guess what's fluff? Okay? Fluff. Don't let it trip you up. Catherine, congratulations. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's part of like working out Wednesday that I love. Like people will take their test and then they come back on. Like I pass. Hey. Okay. So what is the patient's weight? 18 kgs, right? Okay. So we'll find out what is the least that they can have. So what am I going to start with? What I've been starting with, milligrams, because that's my goal. I keep my goals first and then what is the least that they can have. So what am I going to start with? What I've been starting with, milligrams, because that's my goal. I keep my goals first and then per day times 18 kgs over 1 kilograms cancels out. And now what are we left with? Milligrams on the top and day on the bottom, just like the goal. Okay, so what is that? 20 times 18, 360 mgs per day. So that's the least that they can have. So let's see about how what is the most that they can have. So that's 40 milligrams per kilogram per day. And we'll use our patient's weight again to cancel out the kilograms. So 40 times 18 is going to be 720 milligrams per day. Okay, so our safe dose range is 360 to 720. So let's bring out the colors again. Boom. So that is what's safe. This or above this is not safe. So what is ordered is 400 milligrams. Okay, and that's for the whole day. Does that 400 fall in the green zone or does it fall in the red zone? You like these equations? Yes. Okay, Jax, it's in the green, right? It's somewhere up in here. So that means that it is safe. I see you, Charlotte, on YouTube. Okay, so that's how you do the pediatric safe dose range. You don't pay attention to what's ordered first. You find the on what the question is asking you. In this case, it said daily. Daily. Okay. So we found out how much to give in the day. That's why our goal was milligram per day. And of course it was milligram because that's what the medication is ordered in, and that's what the safe dose range is in milligrams. Okay. If it said dose, would you divide it? Yes, Val, you surely would. So let me take some of the scratch off of it. All right. So if it had said what is it per dose, then we would have had to use that part right there because it said two divided doses every 12 hours, so it's two divided doses. So in one day there would be two doses. So we would just make it look like this. One day, two doses. And you see how the day is crossed out and you have milligram per dose and doses on the bottom, then that's how you would have done it if it was just for that one dose. I'm a first semester student about to take my first dosage exam. Is there a video? Actually, Glenda Martinez, I have a whole YouTube channel that you can check out. It's the same name as is crossed out if it was just for that one dose. I'm a first semester right now, and it has rounding, military time, metric conversions, orals, IV, IV flow rate, IV drip rate, heparin, and weight base in it. So yeah. I am a whole treasure trove of resources. Where did you get the 40 milligrams from? So the 40 where did you get the 40 milligrams from? So the 40 milligrams came from the dose range. So the least that they could have was 20. The most that they could have was 40. So we found 20 milligrams per kilogram per day, and then we had 40 was the most that they can have. I came over here with you, Charlotte, so you wouldn't be alone. Oh, I see you, Cece. Okay. Um, do 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 do. I tried to buy the course, but it didn't allow me to to promo code. You still struggling, Luthando? What in the world? I don't know. Did, look, did you cut it off and cut it back on? You know that's how we fix stuff. You cut it off and cut it back on. Okay. I understand now. I didn't see the whole question. Okay, you're doing the Lord's work. Yes, yes. He ain't he good? Any problems with multiple parts? I have a IV infusion time question that has multiple parts to it. If 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 I'm understanding you of what you're asking me for, and all of the links to my course, my workbook, my YouTube channel, my website for private tutor sessions because I do tutor privately, and with small groups. It's in the link in my bio. All right. So drug I. 5 micrograms per kilogram per minute. The patient weighs 135 pounds. Available is drug I, 200 milligrams and 250 mLs of normal saline. How many milliliters per hour will the nurse set the IV pump for? Okay, so what is the goal? What are we looking for right here? What are we looking for? I'm still writing in highlighter. No. The question wants milliliter per hour. Okay, so this is a weight based IV problem. How do I know it's weight based? Because you see right here, and it's 5 mics per kilogram per minute. That means that I need to use the patient's weight to find out how much they want them to have. Okay, so when you have a weight based problem, you have to use three things: P, P, and P. The patient's weight, the prescription, so the ordered amount, and your product, which is your medicine. Okay, so what is our patient's weight? 135 pounds. Okay, what is the prescription? 5 mics per kilogram per minute. Okay. And then what is the medicine that's available? 5 mics per kilogram per minute. Okay. And then what is the medicine that's available? That I'm looking for. Froze over there. Do, do, do. Okay. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna flip it so that my milliliters are on top. Remember, I said don't be afraid to flip stuff. You can flip it. Jesus was flipping them tables in the temple. We can flip this puzzle piece. All right, boom. 250 ml over 200 mgs. All righty. So what comes next, Nursing? Well, let me tell you. We need milligrams on the bottom. on the top because we have milligrams on the bottom. Do we have a puzzle piece? It's five, Bianca. It's drug I for like isopride. It's five. Sorry. That does look confusing. I do apologize. So we don't have a puzzle piece with milligrams in it. We have micrograms. So this is when we would use your metric conversion. Okay, exactly, Lakita. So because this is a microgram, I can't put it on top of a milligram because a microgram is 1,000 times smaller than a milligram. So I'll put my milligrams on the top, my micrograms on the bottom. 1 milligram equals 1,000 micrograms. Is what deterred me from doing dimensional analysis when I was in school because I'm like, where does the one go? Where does the 1,000 go? What goes on the top? What goes on the bottom? Well, it's what equals each other, right? So that line, that's the wedding ring that binds them, okay? So the one is going to go by the biggest unit of measure. So we know that the milligram is bigger than the microgram. So 1 milligram equals 1,000 micrograms. One cookie versus 1,000 crumbs that come together to make that cookie, okay? All right, so now we can put our mics on the top. So 5 micrograms per kilogram per out. And then we've used this puzzle piece. So now we've got kilogram and minute at the bottom. That's not hour, so they have to go. So my pounds, I can convert. And do I convert before I start the equation? No. I'm going to let the equation do all of the hard work for me. I'm going to do one computation at the end. And then I know that it'll be taken care of because all of my units of measure will cancel out except for what it is that I'm looking for. That's the glory of dimensional analysis is that you can see where you're going and you can see that everything is taken care of, okay? So 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. Kg cancels out. Now I can put my 135 pounds on the top. And remember, it's by itself. Keep it by itself. It does not equal to a day. A day is 24 hours or however many minutes is in a day. I don't know. Anyways, boom. So the last thing is minute. I need hour. So we'll do 60 minutes on the top, 1 hour at the bottom. So everything on the top has canceled out with what's on the bottom except for milliliter per hour. And now your puzzle is completed and you can do the calculations, okay? And let me show you write it down. All that across the bottom, multiply, 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 write it down. Then put what's on the top divided by the bottom. I like to keep everything inside of my calculator. You see, I haven't wrote down a long number yet. So this is what I like to call the calculator trick. So I'm going to enter in all of my numbers across the top and I'm going to hit multiply in between, right? So 250 times 5, I don't put the ones because they don't make a difference, times 135 times 60. Then I'm going to hit the divide button, right? Not equals, but divide. And now I'm going to hit all of those numbers on the bottom and I'm going to place divide in between those. So you see, I got this big number, right? And then I hit divide already. So 200 divide 1000 divide 2.2. Then I hit equal one time, and that's going to give me my answer, which is 23.01. So if we rounded this to the nearest whole number, it'll be 23 milliliters per hour. Did y'all get that? Hey, Black Beauty. Hey, Alexandra. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Anybody have any questions about this? I know time is precious, and we spend about an hour, 2 hour doing these live sessions. So if you want to learn how to do this more with a pre-recorded video course and quiz, you can go to the link that's in my bio, and it says course. And when you check out, you can put in the puzzle, the piece, the promo code "peace out" for $20 off of it. The course is self guided. It's on your own time You have access to it forever and ever. I'm in. It's $40, but right now it's 20. And then puzzle if you want the workbook. Somebody was asking me about the workbook because they wanted to print it out themselves. I do have a spiral bound copy, but if you want to print it out or have the access to the files, the e-workbook is available for me and puzzle 20, and that is your promo code for 20% off the ebook. So yeah. Thank you. I wish I knew that before my mouth. Yes, go ahead. Passing the mouth calc exams, med calc exams. I love it. Y'all don't let dosage calculations take you out. It don't have to. You see how easy it can be with puzzle pieces. Yeah. You could do this. You could do this all day long. All right. The doctor orders a 500 milliliter bag of IV normal saline to be infused at 20 drops per minute. The drop factor is 20 drops per milliliter. You start the IV infusion at 0120. So it's 1 o'clock in the morning, right? Boom. At what time will the infusion be complete? So, what are we looking for here? This is an IV infusion time problem. What is the goal that we will be looking for? What's the goal? What is the goal? I know I'm at 3.6K likes, and I know I'm dropping some jewels. Can I get some hearts? I figure y'all are trying to write down the problems and calculate too, but can we like the live? Please? Thank you. Share it maybe? I don't know. Go to the YouTube, subscribe. I don't know. Thank you. All right, so boom. The goal. The goal here is to find the time. So our why is this right like that? I didn't even change it. Hmm. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. Okay, boom. So our goal is going to be hours. Okay? Because when we get the answer, we're going to get a whole number and we'll get a decimal. The whole number is going to be the hours, and then boom, the numbers behind the decimal will be your minutes. Okay. All right. I see you, Nurse Kevin. Go ahead and ping yourself. That is the NCLEX strategist of the world, Craig. Not just the city, but the world. He will help you break down and answer to eliminate questions. He is going to get you through it, okay? Stop. No. He'll pour into you too. We like to pour into the students because nursing school is hard. Life be life in the most in nursing school. So we like to keep y'all uplifted and covered in prayer as well and encourage you, you know? So that's if you're not following him, you missing out on a jewel, okay? All right, so boom, goal. The goal is hour. So what are our puzzle pieces? 500 ml bag. Boom, that looks good. Okay, we're just picking out different things that's in the problem. Even if it won't fit in your puzzle. Okay, so don't like, oh, I don't know if I should put this. Okay, it won't fit. It won't fit. All right, that internet won't won't let it be good. I know, right? So boom, 20 drops per minute. And then drop factor, that seems important, okay? And then this is just your start time. We'll use that at the end. So this one is a two-step, okay? Because we have to find the length of time that it will take for your infusion to be complete, and then we'll have to see the time, all right? So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Central Time. Okay. All right. So, where are we gonna start with? What are we starting with, y'all? And don't be afraid to put an answer in the chat. Nobody's gonna shun you. They'll get blocked. Okay. What? Okay. 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 Yes, Devin. I like it. I like it. Yes. Kevin loves to block people, right? Boom. So remember, for all of the questions that we're doing, we always start with the goal. Your goal is your best friend. It's gonna guide you. It's gonna get your puzzle pieces. It's gonna help eliminate fluff. It's gonna help you set up the equation. Okay. All right. So if we're looking for hour, that's what we want to start with. Do we have any puzzle pieces with hours in it? No, but its cousin minutes is on a puzzle piece. So therefore, we start with the conversion. Okay. So 1 hour equals 60 minutes. Okay. Boom. So now we can put the minute on top. Okay. So minute over 20 drops. Boom. The top. This has drops in it. Let's put it on the top. Boom. And then now we have milliliters on the bottom. This is the last one with the milliliters in it. Everything is now gone except for hours. So you see how when you start with what you're looking for, everything else that comes behind it, especially if it's just like 1 unit of measure, it's not a milliliter per hour or whatever per whatever, and it's just one thing, you know that everything else behind it has to cancel out. So we'll do 10 times 500 divided by 60 divided by 20 equals 4.166 repeating. Okay, so look, this is the hour part. This is the minute part. I don't know what 0.16 minutes is, so therefore I'm going to take the number behind the decimal and multiply it by 60 because there's 60 minutes in an hour, and this is what's going to give me my minutes, okay? So 0.16 times 60 equals 9.6. So we're going to say that's 10 minutes, okay? Round it to the nearest tenth, okay? Okay, so now we have 4 hours and 10 minutes, okay? 1:20 in the morning. And then we need to add 4 hours and 10 minutes. Uh-oh, I gotta put the puzzle piece on here. Okay, there we go. And my head is in a minute. All right, boom. So now we'll do 30 and then 1 plus 4 is 5. So our end time. My head is in a minute. All right, boom. So now we'll do 30 and then 1 plus 4 is 5. So our end time. Break everything down. It's so much easier. Look, thank you. That's my ultimate goal. That is my ultimate goal, to make it easy. The heparin protocol drives me nuts. Oh, I got a heparin one on here. I think I got two heparin problems on here tonight. Let's take a break. So while we're taking a break and I'm going to my next question, I'll show you some from the workbook, right? So this is the puzzle piece approach. It's my method. It's my method to dosage calculations. And this is what's in the workbook. Um, how to do everything with the puzzle piece, the reference charts, the parts of a complete order, why what's ordered is how it's ordered, and when you use it, when you don't use it, rounding, military time, conversions, orals, recon. Why what's ordered is how it's ordered, and when you use it, when you don't use it, rounding, military time, conversions, orals, reconstitution. That's what trips a lot of people up. But you just concentrate on the concentration. That's it. Flow. Yes, there is a video course with videos and quizzes, and it's on your own time. It's normally $40, but it's 20, and it includes almost everything on here. Doesn't have microgram per kilogram per minute OB maternal drips or ped safe dose, but once you get it from the other exercises, then you should be able to do that too. You said before the break you were stuck. I'm trying to work on two computers here. I'm stuck at 9.6. Okay, 9.6. 9.6. 9.6. Where'd you get 9.6? Oh, gotcha. Boom, 9.6. So 9.6 was the amount before I rounded it. Gotcha. No, I thought about it. I had to buffer. Yeah. Okay. So yes. You just rounded to the nearest minute. So that's why it's 10 minutes. So then when you have 4 hours and yes, I made it 10. Yes, 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 yes. Oh Lord. Okay, I got you, Asia. I'm gonna do it at the end. I'm gonna do a couple of problems from the book per Asia. Alrighty. So boom. This one is a microgram per kilogram per minute. This one is the what I this is what I make believers out of non-believers with. And I'm not talking about my Lord and Savior, but I'm talking about the puzzle piece method in dimensional analysis. Because a lot of people are like, oh, desired over half, desired over half, desired over half. Yeah, desired over half is good until you get something like this and you're not really mathy. Then what? We're going to do this problem right here the same way that we have been doing the problems all night with puzzle pieces. Okay? So, just by looking at it, do y'all think you can solve it? If you think you can, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't think you can solve it, put a 2 in the chat. And after you put your 1 and 2, let's double tap the screen. Thank you. Okay, so a couple of y'all were brave enough to answer, but it's okay. We're gonna do it anyway. All right, boom. So, what is our goal? What is the goal here? Because you got a 125-pound patient receiving drug D at 15 mLs per hour. Drug D is labeled 500 mgs and 250 mLs of normal saline. How many milligrams per kilogram per minute is the patient receiving? So, milligrams per kilogram per minute. I mean, sorry, micrograms. I misspoke. I misspoke. Micrograms, okay? So, what are our puzzle pieces? I know I'm going to have something that's got a weight in it because I can see kg in my goal. I need something with time in it because I see goal. And I've got to get something with either milligrams, micrograms, or grams because I see microgram in my goal, right? So, boom, let's just go through it. 125 pounds, that's by itself. Something's going at 15 milliliters per hour, okay? The medicine itself is 500 milligrams and 250 mLs, and then that's all I got, right? So, what's together stays together. 500 milligrams and 250 mLs, and then that's all I got, right? So, what's together stays together. thing keep on freezing up. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I just increased the speed on my internet. See, I stay in the country, y'all. I'm in Alabama. Where are y'all from? Y'all let me know in the comments. And my internet is just acting a whole entire fool. And I'm like, hey, I don't give you what 15, 20 more whole dollars. Like, what is going on? I want a refund. Um, but for safe dosage, what you need to do is ignore the order first. Go to what the question is asking you, see what it is. Is it for the whole day or is it per dose? You find out your safe dose range, and then depending on what the question asks you to solve, that's when you use your order and you see is that in the green zone or the red zone. I'm not understanding the 7.5 to 15 milligram part, Nurse K. 7.5 is the least that they can get. Okay, that's in order to be safe and effective. 15 is the most. You're going to use that plus the weight to figure out that's the green zone. That's going to be your range. You learned it in one day with me, Shadi. God, you got that big hun done. Love it. Oh, you're from Haiti? Oh, cool. South Carolina. All right. Parental med validation tomorrow. You got that, Chloe D. What does it mean by the result part? Okay, let's get into this one. All right, so boom. Your patient has a DVT. What's a DVT, y'all? New Mexico, Detroit. Yes, it has to be between those two numbers. Exactly. But you got to find out what the numbers are using those numbers in the weight. Okay, so DVT, deep vein thrombosis. What is a deep vein thrombosis? That's Kentucky. You got family in Greenville. Okay. All right. Boom. A clot. Okay, so they got a clot. So they're on heparin. Okay. Boom. The infusion is to start at 18 units per kilogram per hour per the practitioner's order. His weight is 85 kgs. The heparin infusion comes in a 500 milliliter bag, so the bag is 500 milliliters, right? With 25,000 units of heparin floating around in it. You calculate the starting rate of the. Okay, so it wants us to calculate the starting rate of the infusion. Okay, so that's the first part. This is two. This is two separate questions. Okay. Alrighty. So the first part. So that's the first part. So boom, milliliter per hour, right? So remember what I said about weight based. Heparin is based on the patient's weight. So we need the patient's weight, which is 85 kg, and then the prescription, that's the second P, right? 18 units per kg per hour. Okay, and then the third P was the product, right? So there's a 500 milliliter bag with 25,000 units. Why isn't that writing? Units. It's cutting up on me so badly, y'all. I'm about to scream. I'm about to scream. About to scream. About to scream. Okay, units in it. Oh, all right. So what are we gonna start with? If our goal is milliliter at the top and hour at the bottom, what are we gonna start with? I graduate high school in May, and you start nursing school in August. Gavin, did you do dual enrollment? That's awesome. Oh my gosh. People like 30s is the new 20s because you have like, established your career and, you got money in your 30s, right? Versus being a broke college student in your 20s. But shoot, you're going to be in your 20s living it up. I love it. All right. So, yes, we're going to start with the milliliters. So, 500 ml over 25,000 units. All righty. So now what comes next? 18 units per kg per hour because we're just canceling out the units now, right? Boom. So you see we've got milliliter at the top and hour at the bottom. The only thing that needs to go are the kgs. Our patient's weight is already in kgs. So you see how the puzzle pieces are linking together? Just step by step. What's on the bottom, if it's not a part of the goal, it's got to go to the top and be canceled out. Piece by piece by piece. Now this is finished. So it'll be 500 times 18 times 85 divided by 25,000 units. So 30.6 milliliters per hour. Okay? So that is the first part. Anybody have a question about the first part? We're at 9.1K likes. Can we get to 12? You have not because you asked not. So easy. Okay. Alrighty. So that was the first part. The second part. Your patient's PTT. What is a PTT? What is a PTT? Yeah, I know what a PTT is. Right, it's your coagulation study. Exactly. So, yeah, partial plastic. Promo, it's a long word. I can't say it. Prothrombin. Thank you. Yes. So that is your coagulation lab. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. I can say some heck out of some drugs, but sometimes I get tied up too. So don't be intimidated. All right. The blue top. Exactly. So that's what you have to monitor when your patient is on heparin to make sure that they're not getting too much heparin, because if they get too much, what'll happen? They'll bleed out. Or make sure that they're receiving enough, right? Because if they're not getting enough, then boom, they're gonna clot, which is why you're giving them medicine, right? So it has to be therapeutic in therapeutic range. So you check it every 6 hours, right? So the PTT came back and it was 55, all right? It needs to be increased by 2 units per kilogram per hour. What is the new rate for the infusion? So this is what's called a titration. When you titrate something, you're just changing the rate. Okay, so when you see titration or drips, don't be like, "Oh, it's a titration problem." You're just changing the rate. So if the initial order was 18 units per kilogram per hour, and you increase it by 2 units, wouldn't this be your new order? Please tell my manager this. Laugh my ass off. Oh, oh my gosh. No laughing with you because the same. All right. So if you're just changing from 18 units to 20 units per kilogram per hour, so you would do the same thing with your 20 units per hour. So our patient's weight was 85 kg. We're at 20 because we just increased it by 2 units per kilogram per hour. And then we have 500 ml. I'm just going to write it like this because I'm at the bottom of the page. Oh, all right. So what are we going to start with? Because our goal is milliliter per hour, right? So we'll start with our milliliters. 500 ml over 25,000 units times 20 units per kg per hour. Units cancels out, and now we're going to put our 85 kgs on the top, one on the bottom because it's single as a Pringle is not ready to mingle. All right, and now you got milliliter on the top and hour at the bottom. So when you do the math, excuse me, it'll be 500 times 20 times 85 divided by 25,000, which will be 34 milliliters per hour. Makes dollars make sense? Any questions? We're doing dosage calculations. All right, boom. Let's do the next one. Right. There is 335 milliliters. I got another heparin question coming up. There's 335 milliliters remaining in the IV bag. The IV is infusing at 75 milliliters per hour. How much longer will the IV run? Express your answer in hours and minutes. So this is IV completion time. So how long will it take for this to run out, basically? All right, that's what it's asking us. So, what is our goal? What is the question asking us? Time, right? So, how long? How much longer? You got to express your answer in hour and minutes. So, our goal is going to be hours. And let me tell you why. Because when you look for the hours and you get an answer, you'll either get a whole number by itself or you get a whole number in a decimal. The whole number is going to be the amount of hours. The decimal is going to be the minute part. And you figure out the decimal, the minutes by multiplying the decimal, the numbers behind the decimal by 60 because there's 60 minutes in an hour. And that's it. Okay? So, what are our puzzle pieces? So, 335 is in the bag. Okay. Sounds good. Then it says it's infusing at 75 milliliters per hour. All right. And that's all it gave us. So those are all of our puzzle pieces, right? So what are we going to start with? What we've been starting with. So what are we going to start with? What we've been starting with. The goal. So you're left with your hours. 335 divided by 75 is going to be 4.46 repeating, right? Remember, this part is the hour part. This part is the minute. It's not 4 hours and 46 minutes, okay? So we need to know exactly how many minutes this is. So we'll take 0.46. I'm not taking all the rest of the decimal train behind it. If we need to round our answer to the nearest minute, it'll be evident. I promise you. Okay. So 60. There's 60 minutes in an hour. So zero point 0.4 times 60 equals 27.6. So we'll do 28. So it'll be 4 hours and 28 minutes. And so I see a couple of answers in here. They have like decimals. So when they tell you specifically to answer in hours and minutes, that's what they want. So you would have did all of this calculating, and then you would have gave them that answer, and it would have marked it wrong because they want hours and minutes. Okay. So make sure to use the numbers behind the decimal and multiply it by 60 to get your exact hours and your exact minutes. They like to be petty and take off for not following directions. So always make sure you round to how they tell you to round and label your answers too. If it's like a written test, and you have to label your units, okay? Oh my God, I've been waiting for you to go live. I just wanted to tell you, ah, cash, life with cash, boom. All because of being consistent on here. Awesome. Look at that. She's a beast. On my first try. Ah, yes. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. We still haven't gotten to 12,000 likes. Y'all want me to do some more? Give me the 12,000 likes. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna take some of the bass out of my voice. I'm a little parched. Yes. I've been watching you and finish dosage count with a 96. Impressive. Impressive. I love it. I love it. Y'all don't forget I have a whole channel. So even, sometimes we might hit little drought spots because I am a human too. I got a husband and 2 kids and a dog and businesses. So I get a little weary. But I do have a whole channel with resources. I have a whole website with a course that's $40 regular and it's $20 right now. $20. That's like less than what you spend at Starbucks. And it breaks down exactly how I'm breaking it down with me teaching you videos and giving you quizzes. The workbook. There's a physical workbook and an e-workbook with 300 problems in there. So you got my channel, you got my website, you got the course, you got the books. Um, there are quizzes on my website for more practice. So yeah, y'all take advantage of these resources. All right. Order 750 milliliters of lactated ringers to infuse over 6 hours. Available is 750 mLs of lactated ringer bag with IV tubing, drip factor of 15 drops per milliliter. How many drops per minute will the nurse administer the fluids? I can tell I copy pasted this one. Oh, watch them videos for real, y'all. It's the soundboard for me. Yes. You should be at 1K on this live. Man, I should. I should. I should. Cooking with Kai on the exam. I'm so tickled, Kevin. Oh, man. Do you have some with distractor words? Heck yeah. I have distractor words. I like to call them fluff. All right. So, boom. What is this? Our goal is drops per minute, right? So remember, volume over time. What is the volume? What is the time? What is your drip factor? That's all you need. Start with your goal, which is drops on the top. So that's this one. Got to get rid of milliliters. So that's this one. Got to get minute at the bottom. I have hours. So that's your conversion. That's it. So 15 times 750 divided by 6 divided by 60. 31.25. Boom. Drops per minute. Can we leave this like that? Can we leave that like that? Because you can't divide a drop. So we have to round this to the whole number. What would our answer be? What would our answer be? Okay, 31. 31 what? Drops per minute. Exactly. Don't forget. Just get in the habit of putting that label on there. Whatever the goal is, just slap it on there. Like, just slap it. Slap it. All right. So, your patient. Oh, what am I? Um. Oh, I see some example problems in the thing. I think this one. I got this one. I got insulin. Then I'll do the other two. Okay. All right, your patient has an order to receive heparin bolus of 2,000 units, followed by an IV drip of 12 units per kg per hour. The patient weighs 123 pounds. You have a heparin vial labeled heparin 1,000 units per milliliter. What will you get a patient for the initial bolus? What will you set your pump for a continuous drip if your 250 ml bag is labeled 40,000 units of heparin? All right, so who on here is scared of these types of problems with a heparin bolus in the drip? It's okay. If you're scared, say you're scared. I passed pharmacology with it. Oh, yes. I love it. Congratulations. We scared. Okay, that's fine. And that's fine. We're gonna leave fear at the door because we're still gonna use our puzzle pieces. There is no math here, okay? No fear, no tears. Only puzzle pieces here. Alright, boom. So what is this saying? This is saying that we have to give a patient a bolus. Okay. What is a bolus? A bolus is big word for one-time administration of a medicine or tube feeding or fluids. Okay, it's not gonna be a continuous drip. It's just a one-time administration. You're just gonna give it to your patient and boom, it's gone. Okay, so therefore we got to remember we had that PTT. We had that PTT in the last one. In the last heparin question, that was a couple questions back. So this is what's going to help your patient go ahead and get that medicine in their blood and start working. You kind of you kind of got to give them a jump start. Okay, that's the bolus. So you giving them the bolus, and then you're maintaining that medicine in their blood with the drip. Okay, so for the bolus, we're just going to see how many milliliters to draw up out that vial to give to them. So how many units they want for the bolus? It says bolus of 2,000 units. So that's what's ordered. Okay. Now we're going to use the vial that has the heparin in it that says 1,000 units per milliliter. Well, why? How'd you know to use the vial? Because everything that is with the drip stays with the drip. What's for the bolus stays with the bolus. Okay. So, how are we going to set this up? The same way we've been setting them up all night. That's the reason why I love this method, because you can do it for all of your problems. Okay? So, milliliter will go at the top, 1,000 units will go at the bottom. Then we'll do 2,000 units at the top. So, your units cancel out. And then you're left with what it is that you're looking for. So 2,000 divided by 1,000 is going to be 2 milliliters. That's the first answer to the first question. Boom, done. So you drop those 2 units from the vial, and then you put it in that IV, and you push it, and you flush it, and boom, you started their heparin. So now you got to get that bag and hang it on the IV pole. And anytime you see IV pump in electric infusion device, any of those words, you're looking for milliliter per hour. Because remember, you can only give a IV 2 ways, on the pump or via gravity. All right. So, how do I know it's milliliters? Because this is what the medicine comes as. It's 1,000 units, so 1,000 little heparin molecules floating around in whatever normal saline, D5W, whatever they use as a diluent. Okay, so when you see milliliter, that's how many milliliters you have to draw up the liquid to give to the patient. So that's what dosage calculations is. They have an ordered amount that they want the patient to have. You have medicine that's either whole, which is a capsule, tablet, patch, whatever, or it's a liquid. So it's either oral or it's going to go in the IV or other places. But you're trying to figure out how much to give to that patient. So that's what we're doing. All right. Yeah, you're welcome. I feel like a lot of people don't understand that part. It's like, well, what exactly are we looking for? And when you know what you're looking for, it kind of helps you with the thought process. Okay, it takes away the intimidation. All right, so boom. Our second part is the drip. So remember, it said IV pump. So IV pump equals milliliter per hour. Okay, so our patients wait because we've already used the bolus stuff. So let's just get that out the way. So we won't even look at that, okay? So it says followed by an IV drip of 12 units per kg per hour. So 12 units per kg per hour. The patient weighs 123 pounds. And then we have 250 mLs with 40,000 units floating around in it, okay? That is what we need, alrighty? So... So, what are we going to start with? We'll start with the milliliters because why? That's your top goal. So, 250 ml over 40,000 units. Okay? Then we have units at the bottom. So, we want our units at the top so we can cancel it out because there are no units in our goal. So, it has to go. So they are gone now. Now you have milliliter on the top and you have hour at the bottom. So you got gold, but you've got to get rid of the kgs. We don't even have any kgs, right? So we have pounds. We can do our conversion. 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. I need to change my screen. Something's on there. Okay, and now we can do 123 pounds over 1. And everything is gone except for milliliter per hour. So 250 times 12 times 123 divided by 1, 2, 3, 40,000 divided by 2.2. So I got 4.19. What? Oh, you missed the bottom part of the question. Oh, it's okay. What if we rounded this to the nearest whole number? What would our answer be? You say, I can't wait to have your confidence with this math. It's okay. It comes with practice. Like it didn't get like this overnight, y'all. You have to practice with like the rest of your nursing questions and theory tests too. Practice questions and rationales. That's what helps you take what you learned and what you know and how to apply it and critically think. Okay. So yes, if we had round to the whole number, our answer would be 4 milliliters per hour. Okie dokie. Last one that I have, and I think it was a couple in the chat. I wouldn't notice a first and a second part in this. That is my problem. Okay, so whatever, just read it. Like take your, I don't know, you have a time test and you're like, I gotta hurry up and do it. Read. And where's the question mark? Find the question mark. Go a little bit. I do want to do this one, and then I'm gonna do the insulin one. Okay. Because this has some fluff in it, and I want to show you so we can point out the fluff. Drug A, 1 gram, IV piggyback every 8 hours. The pharmacy supplies drug A in 100 mLs of D5W. You need to infuse it over 30 minutes. With a drop factor of 10 drops per milliliter, what drip rate will you set? Okay, so what is the goal? What are we looking for? Drip rate, right? We see a drop factor, so we know that it's going to be what? Drops per minute, volume over time. All right. What is the volume? Volume is milliliter or liter, right? So, what is the volume that's in this problem? Sam, what's been going on, baby? So, milliliter, right? So, boom, 100 mLs. Okay. What is the infusion time? This is the tricky part. The infusion time. How long they want it to be infused over. Exactly. So that's what you need, volume over time, and of course, the drop factor. So, why didn't we use grams? Why didn't we use every 8 hours? I'm going to tell you. So, this is a complete order. Drug A, that's the name of the drug. 1 gram is the ordered dose. IV is the route. Well, IV piggyback, that's the route. And then every 8 hours is the frequency. Frequency is identified by either your BID, TID, QID SIG codes, or it has every in front of the amount of hours that it takes to give a dose, right? So for every 8 hours, they want you to give one dose. So that means 24 hours in a day divided by 8 hours is going to be 3 doses in the day. Is this asking for drops per day per dose or anything like that? No, that is the frequency. It's never every, it's always over. To be infused in, to be given over. That is the time that you want to use for these IV problems, okay? So that's fluff. Next, that gram. Well, wouldn't you need to know the concentration or how much to give to the patient? So 1 gram is in that 100 milliliters of fluid, okay? The pool is filled with D5W, 100 milliliters of it. The swimmers are the 1 gram little swimmers that's floating around in there. If you pull the plug and all the water goes out the drain, the swimmer's gonna go down the drain too. So when we give this IV medicine into the patient's vein, guess what's gonna go in there too? Drug A. because it's floating around in the liquid. So that's why we don't need that part. We need volume over time. Does that make sense? Fluff. All right, so let's set it up. 10 GTT per ml times 100 mLs over 30 minutes. Milliliters crosses out. We have drops on the top. Well, what is that? Whoa. We got drops on the top and minutes on the bottom. So we'll do, okay, Sam, 10 times 100 divided by 30. 33.333333333. So if we rounded this to the nearest whole number, it'll be 33 drops per minute. Okay? Does everybody understand why you don't use the scratched out parts? The fluff. We just use volume over time in your drop factor. What about micro drips? So a micro drip set, there's only one micro drip set. So that means that it's 60 little teeny tiny micro drops to administer 1 milliliter of fluid versus 10, 15, 20 fat, juicy macro drops. So there's only one micro drip set. There's always going to be 60 drops per milliliter. Okay, regular insulin, 17 units per hour, IV. Available, regular insulin, 150 units and 150 mLs of normal saline. How many milliliters per hour will the nurse set the pump? Okay, so we're looking for milliliters per hour, right? It's got units in it. Don't freak out because it's not a milligram or a gram. Everything can be measured in grams and milligrams. Some things come in MEQs, milliequivalents, or units, right? So, what's together stays together. That's how you pick out your puzzle pieces. So, 17 units per hour, that's how much they want the patient to have. And then what the pharmacy said was 150 units of insulin floating around in 150 mLs. Okay, so what are we gonna do? The same thing that we've been doing all night. Y'all picking up what I'm dropping? All right, 150 ml over 150 units. We need units at the top, so that's 17 units per hour. Units cancels out, and now you have milliliter per hour. No math needed until the end. 150 times 17 divided by 150, which will be 17 milliliters per hour. Okay? Y'all got it? Y'all got it? Get it, got it good. Alright, I'm finna go into the com. Oh no, I don't even know what page she said. Asia, you still here? What page out the book did you want me to use? It's too many comments to go back in. I have a whole workbook. So that's a page out of it. It shows you exactly how to break it down, cross it out, give you clues and hints to get you through it. This is what the front looks like. This is all that comes in it. So it tells you what the puzzle piece method is, what's your puzzle pieces, how do you identify fluff, how do you solve the puzzle. You got your tables with your abbreviations and your routes and such, parts of a complete order, how to round, how to do military time. Then you start your conversions, your orals, your reconstitution, milliliter per hour, drops per minute, completion time, heparin and infusion rates, weight based, microgram per kilogram per minute, OB maternal drips, and pediatric safe dose range. So over 300 problems is 256 pages. So I have a e-workbook, and right now it's Puzzle 20 is 20% off of it, or you can get the actual book. I mean, it's a book, like it's it's booking. Like and you can write in it. Yeah. And yeah. And I have a course. So kind of like this, but course form, telling you how to round, how to do conversion, how to do military time, IV stuff, your weight base, your heparin, your orals, all of it with the puzzle piece method. And then it has quizzes after the video lesson, and it's self-paced. So it'll get you from point A to point B in dosage calculations with your dimensional analysis. And right now it's $20. I mean, it's the cost of Starbucks right now for you to be successful in the rest of your program in the rest of your career. So both all of my links are in my bio. The promo codes are in my bio. So yeah, thank you for asking. I appreciate it. You need this book. Could you explain me how to figure out this question? Okay, so boom. All right, let's do it. So the physician orders drug 2.5 milligram kgs, per kg per dose by mouth every 12 hours to a patient weighing 40 kg. Drug D is available from the pharmacy in the concentration of 500 milligrams per 2 milliliter. How many milliliters per dose will the nurse administer? Okay, so you see it tells you if the question, which is the goal, because what's the goal? What's the goal? Milliliter per dose. All right. It's asking for the per dose amount, and the order is only for one dose. The frequency is not needed. So you see how you have that line going through and it's crossing out your frequency. And remember, we said your frequency is identified by having every and the hours follow behind it. So you don't need to know how many doses are in the day if your order already has the amount per dose. So all you need is your order amount, your 40 kgs, and your medication concentration. So then you see here at the bottom, since the goal is per dose and the ordered amount is per dose, the frequency is not needed. So it breaks it down. And that's just, it's four different examples of how you identify dose versus day, because a lot of people get caught up on that part. Right? So 10 milliliters per 500 mgs, because that's the goal. We always start with the goal, right? So then you do your 2.5 mgs to cancel those out, your kg and dose. So kg has to go because dose is the part of the bottom goal. And then we put our 40 kgs on the top. So then you get 2 milliliters per dose. So that's how you do that question. So it's like 3 more pages on dose versus day. I think that's in the weight-based chapter of the book. Raina, please don't make me holler. You can get it. It's there's the ebook is an immediate download. The spiral bound is in my TikTok shop or on my website, either one. And then the course is in the link in the bio as well. All right, what y'all got me doing? What you got me doing? What you got me doing? Um. Oh, you got access today to your nursing program. Accepted today. Congratulations. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Cover yourself in prayer. Get your body right. Get your money right. Get your kids right. Get your family right. Get your car right. Get your bank account right. Get everything right before you start. The workbook is 45 for the spiral bound, the hard copy. The ebook is 38, but then there's a puzzle piece 20 promo code for 20% off of it. And then the course, the video course, the self-guided video course is $40, but it's $20 right now if you use the promo code piece, like puzzle piece out. And all of that is in my bio. All right, Sky. I got you, Sky. So you said 500 milligrams per day. Okay. Divided into two doses. Two doses. And then the patient's weight is 155 pounds. I'm guessing my goal is supposed to be milligrams per kilogram per dose. All right. So we already got the puzzle pieces written at the top. So I want to point out that you see how it has day and we need dose. So we know that in one day there are two doses. That's the puzzle piece that you need so that the day will cross out, okay? So what are we going to do? We're going to start with the milligrams. So that's this one. So 500 mg per day. We need to get rid of, per kilogram per day. Sorry. So, no, it's 500. Hold on. 500 milligrams per day. My bad. I'm sorry. This is not my problem. I'm doing a problem from the comments if anybody's wondering. Alrighty. So 500 milligrams per day. Okay. So we got milligrams at the top. So then we need to get rid of day and dose, right? So one day has two doses in it. Days cancel out. So the only thing that's left is your kgs. So since it's in pounds, I'll do 1 kg at the bottom, my 2.2 pounds at the top, and then to cancel out my pounds that's now at the top, 155 pounds at the bottom. And you cross that out. And so now you have milligrams at the top, kg at the bottom, and doses at the bottom. Woo! Alrighty. I don't miss some of y'all comments. I'm sorry. Does that make sense? I guess you're waiting on me to like stop trying to answer it. Y'all, I got a flu shot in March. I already had the flu this year too. You gotta do what you gotta do. 500 times 2.2 divided by 2 divided by 155. So it'll be 3.54, whatever, however they tell you to round, milligrams per kg per dose. Okay? Yes. What promo? Why is the promo code not working? For which one? This is just a problem from the what you call it, the comments. Okay. Hey, thoughtful.mo. Alrighty. Thank you for showing me. You're welcome. Could you explain how to figure it out? Okay, I think that part. I'm trying to go back. You find that there is 150 of D5W left in an IV. The IV is infusing at 60 microdrips per minute. How many? I don't know. Thank you, Luthando. How many? I don't know. I don't see the rest of it. Okay, I'm in pharmacy school and I'm glad I came across your live. I love how you break it down. Yes, we love PharmDs. We love to call our pharmacists. I flunked my dosage exam today due to the fluffers. The fluffers will get you. Diamond D's. Do you have another a retake? How many? Oh, here it goes. How many hours would the fluid last? Okay, it got broken up. So you have 150 mLs of D5W. Okay. And it is infusing at 60 drops per minute. So what's the drop factor? You have to have a drop factor too. Is the micro drip the drop factor in the 60 drops per minute? Mm. Oh, I don't go on wrong. I don't go on cross-eyed. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think. Ciao, Ramiro. I need to know. Yo. Okay. I need to know. Come, let me know because you need a drop factor for that one. You just can't have how fast it's going. You got to have a drop factor too. I get caught up on dose and day. KK, I just went over one way that you do dose and day. Oh gosh. Okay, the comments are going. Okay, 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 okay. I'm trying to keep up, y'all. Mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. This may seem crazy to ask, but how do I know when to use dimensional analysis and the formula method? I'm glad you asked. I don't ever use the formula unless I have to. There are only a couple of formulas that you have to know, which is BSA, so body surface area, your Parkland burn formula, and your fluid maintenance volume for your peds. Those are the only three things that you have to have the formulas to know. For the rest of it, you use dimensional analysis. Okay. How long will that be available? I don't know yet. I might forget about it. My brain is mush, child. I got so much going on. How long does it take to get the book? So if you order it from the TikTok shop, I have them here. If you order it from my website, it gets printed and shipped directly to you. So it'll be 3 to 5 days for the production and then shipping, and the shipping is not long. Now it's not. Don't ever, if y'all make a book, if you publish a book and you self-publish it, don't do it around the holiday, okay? Lesson learned. I was trying to be smart, like, oh, I'm gonna release it for the start of school. Yeah, it was Christmas. What the heck? And New Year's. All right. Oh, okay, okay, okay. For the puzzle book. Oh, for the book is puzzle 20, and it's just for the ebook, so not the spiral bound. So that's probably why. What's the question for this problem? I don't know. It's gone now. I'm sorry. I was trying to get Ramiro to give me a drop factor because yeah. Um, I need help with getting the course. I'm gonna help you, Lotando. Send me a message again, okay? I'm gonna help you get to it because it should be working. Because there's some people that's on the course and they're progressing through it. So I don't know how did you do anatomy? Anatomy, I used Khan Academy, and I had to take it twice. I'm not ashamed of semester of LP in school. What? Yeah, by 2 points. It was one class. I know. Anyways, 15 years later, RN BSN, math tutor. Yeah, yeah. The delay and denial and failure and all that jazz. It's not final until you quit, okay? So don't be afraid to quit. I mean, not to quit. Don't be afraid to keep going and don't quit. Sorry. Do not quit. All right. I have a farm exam tomorrow. You gotta go to bed. Yes, the playback will be on YouTube. It's been a hot mess. Oh, it's been a hot mess. Oh, it's been a hot mess. But it'll be there. I make it look so easy. You can do it easily too. Once you get these puzzle pieces down pat and what's happening, like once it clicks and the light bulb comes on, then you got it. And people are like, oh, it just seems like it's so long. Do you know how fast I can do some problems? Oh my gosh. Like I mean, I can kill some problems real quick, real quick. Nola, darling. Hey, my gosh. Oh my gosh. You're a whole nurse out here. Labor delivery. Girl, don't make me cry. Oh my gosh. How are you? Do you like it? Oh, you gotta send me a message. Let me know how's it going. Oh my gosh. We have 10 question quizzes before our actual 92 question exam. Oh, the quizzes are 2%, and that 2% is tearing me up. Gotcha. Well, I do also provide private tutoring sessions. The lives are great, the videos are great. Sometimes you just need that one-on-one. So if you need to, we can study together. Definitely, it's via Zoom. Okay. Orders the following IVs for 24 hours to infuse at 80 milliliter per hour, 1 liter D5W with 20 milliequivalents. This is all broken up. Okay, drop factor is what is the flow rate? Go. Okay, all right. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's all the question says. They need to rewrite that question because that don't make any sense, dude. Okay. Drop factor is 15 drops per milliliter. What is the flow rate in drops per milliliter? So 24 hours. Okay, so it's at 80 milliliters per hour. Remember volume over time. So you got 80 milliliters per hour, right? Your drop factor is 15 drops per milliliter. What is the flow rate in drops per minute? So drops per minute is your goal. So we'll do 15 drops per milliliter times our 80 milliliters per hour. I said milliliters long. Oh my god. I was like milliliters. You can tell I'm sleepy now. 1 hour is 60 minutes. And now you got your drops on the top and your minutes at the bottom. So you had a what was I about to say? You had a volume and you had a time. So therefore, you use your volume over your time and your drop factor, and that's what you use. So 15 times blah, 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 80 divided by 60. It's gonna be 20 drops per minute. Okay. Can I please do this one? Y'all are holding me hostage, but that's okay because I ain't come on Sunday night. I'm making up for lost time. Order 0.575 milliliters per dose. Looks like we're back at 6:30 in the morning. What? Dang. I'm sorry. I got distracted. All right, try to get flued out. All right, so 0.575 milliliters per dose every 8. Available is 40 milligrams per milliliter. 45 pounds is the weight. How many milligrams per kilogram per day? Round to the hundreds place. So we got 0.575 ml per dose. So y'all just gotta put y'all puzzle pieces together, right? So what is the goal? Milligrams per kilogram per day, right? So how do we know what to use? All right, I got to have something with milligram in it. I got to have something with the kilograms in it. So weight and then the day, right? So this is per dose. It tells us Q8 hours is how often we give a dose, right? So in one day, there are what? 3 doses. So I got my day puzzle piece. And then the patient's weight is 45 pounds, right? And then we've got 40 milligrams per milliliter. And you just puzzle piece that thing together. I'm telling you, you can find the answer to world peace with dimensional analysis. Like seriously. Okay, so we got 40 mg's. You just piecing it together per milliliter, right? Then we got 0.575 mLs per dose. So you see just going from step to step, canceling it out. Now we got dose on the bottom. We need day, right? So that's this puzzle piece. So 3 doses are in one day. Okay, boom. Now we got to have our kgs. So what's the conversion? 1 kg, 2.2 pounds times 45 pounds at the bottom to cancel out that pounds at the top. And now you have milligram per kg per day. No math. And you see how quick I just did that? This is not even my question. This is questions from the chat. So 40 times 0.575 times 3 times 2.2 divide 45. So it's like 3.37, because what they say, round to the hundreds place. So 3.373333. So this is the hundreds place. You go to the thousands because it's four or below. It's a no go. So it'll be 3.37 milligrams per kg slash day. Boom. Purchase. Oh, thank you, Raina. Go to. You got to go to sleep. You'll be back. Okay. Have a good night. If you're still on, you got to get a 100. You can do that. Can you tell me when you're live? So I'm live on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Sometimes I pop in hither and thither. Um, so if you have your notifications, you should get it. But Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Nurse Keela! Nurse Keela! I love you too. Oh. Thank you. Let me understand it so much. Oh, you're welcome. What's the promo code? Which promo code? There are two. The one for the course, the $40 course, which is now $20, is Peace Out, like the puzzle piece. Peace, PIECEOUT. Sorry, it's late. And then the one for the e-workbook for my workbook, the 20% e-workbook for my workbook, the 20% off the workbook on ebook. Cool. I almost cried today trying to figure out where to put the cat. Bruh, are you serious? Put it where it tells you to put it. The goal is there for you to guide you and to lead you and to put your equations together. That's why I'm saying whatever the goal tells you to do, that's what you do. That's where you place it. It's the picture. It's the picture that you're trying to get your equation to look like. So as long as those units are in that same place that the goal is, then you got the answer. If you still got something that's hanging around, okay, you got to cancel that out. So you know how to cancel things out. What's on the bottom has to go to the top. So that's how you get it. Get it, got it good. Hey. Okay, so it was a solve for the unknown in the following problem. I knew something was missing. I knew. Okay. I don't think Asia here no more. Are you here, Asia? It's okay. I knew it's okay. I knew that you could not solve that problem because something was missing. So yeah, that's why you couldn't solve it either, probably because it was missing. So you essentially answered the question and solved for the unknown. Well, the unknown in the following problem. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for the gifts that you sent over. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate y'all participating in the live. We got to 13K. I'll take it. Don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel. Yeah, the replay tonight. It's gonna be so jacked. Oh my gosh! I mean, we did some really good problems, so I want to post it and keep it, but this internet was just tearing me up. Like it was in and out. I'm gonna. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all think I should post it? Should I post it? I mean, there are others that I've done. Like yeah. He's like, yeah, but it's janky. It was going in and out for a good little bit, and now that we're at like the end, it's like kind of just smoothed out now. I don't like that. But I will be back next Wednesday. Um, you know, if you have followed me, thank you. You should get the notifications if I do like little random sessions here or there. I try to, pop in, pop out, keep it spicy, keep it spontaneous a little bit. But definitely I'll be here Wednesday. If you need the course or the book, they're in my bio. Both of them have a discount right now. So for how many questions are it's more than 300, 300 plus. 300 plus. I lost count. Because they're not numbered. Like every chapter is like its own chapter, and it's like one through something or whatever. So I don't know. I lost count, but it has the questions and the answers in it. It's 250, and so that's what's all in there, like the dosage part, the metric, household, weight, distance, and your practice problems, your tablets and your capsules and your liquids, all your oral stuff, and parenteral doses, and then reconstitution, flow rate, drops per minute, completion rate, bolus, and the infusion. So like the ones we did tonight, the weight base in that chapter, that's where I show you how to do day versus dose, because that's when you have a lot of them in the day versus doses in those weight based problems, those milligrams per kilogram per day or milligram per kilogram per dose. So it breaks it all the way down on when you use it and when you don't use the frequency, and your mics per kilogram per minute, and your Pitocin and magnesium drips, and of course, everybody's favorite pediatric safe dose range. Yeah. Alrighty, you guys. Does anybody have any other questions? I'm so glad that y'all had came to study with me tonight. I've been missing y'all. Yeah. This too shall pass. My arm hurts so bad. When the dude gave me the flu shot and he went a little bit low, it didn't hurt, but now it's hurt. Anybody have any other questions? Any other questions? Y'all can do this. Nursing school is just a drop in the bucket of your whole career. 15 years goes by fast. No, ma'am. You're a senior looking to get any other questions? Y'all can do this. Nursing school is just a drop in the bucket of your whole career. And subtraction. That's it. I didn't do any type of complicated algebraic expression, stand on my head and pop on a handstand. Nothing. Nothing. I didn't do anything except for use what I have in the problem and piece it together just by what the question is asking me. And I call it my puzzle piece method. It's called dimensional analysis, and you can do it. You don't have to be good. I've had some people who just was, they said that they were self-professed garbage at math, and they kept telling me I'm so bad at math, I'm so bad at math. I'm like, okay. And I was like, okay, all right, okay, okay, with 100s, like it's just like that. I'll most likely need to take a placement test. Oh, you went with algebra. Okay, so for like your entrance exams, what you'll need is Jakara Lewis, like for the T's or for the Hesse. Jakara Lewis. Let me put her name down here. Let me put her name. J-A-K Lewis. It's not allowing me to purchase the workbook on my phone. You went through my site. It should. Sky. Future Nurse is really good too for teas. Okay. Do I make the order match be on hand or vice versa? Or does it matter which one I convert? Okay, so if you have to convert, I don't convert. I don't do anything before the problem. What's going in the problem is going in the problem. Everything that is presented to me, I'm putting it in the problem. Like I'm making it a puzzle piece. So the way that I set it up is whatever that goal is, that's what I give it. So if it's milliliter per dose, then I'm using what has the milliliters in it. If it's milligram per dose, I'm using whatever has the milligrams. If it's drops per minute, I know I need volume over time and my drop factor. So it all depends on the goal. The goal is your friend. The goal is Simon, and Simon says start with me first. So whatever is in the goal, what's on top, that first goal, that's going to be first and it's going to go on top every single time. Then you know that everything that comes behind it has to cancel out. And you cancel out your puzzle pieces or your units by having what's on the bottom on the top. So everything is gone except for that goal. Even with your conversions, so you saw how, I don't know if you were here, but how I did my weight problems. I don't convert weights because what happens when you divide by 2.2 to change pounds into kgs? Sometimes you have all these decimals, right? So what number do you cut it off at? What number do you round it off? Sometimes when you cut off numbers or you round up or you round down, it changes your final answer. So I ain't got time for all of it. I'm going to put 1 kg equals 2.2 pounds, put my pounds where they fall, and keep going. I do one computation. That's it. One computation. I'm learning the desire of have. My teacher says your way is too long. Your teacher. I almost said something. Okay. Well, good luck with that. um, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. You thought I was fixed to cuss, but I ain't gonna say it. No, I'm not gonna say it because if your teacher was teaching, okay, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Okay. If your teacher was teaching, you wouldn't be on TikTok trying to learn. Okay, all right. I said it. 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 Okay. Okay. You're, but you know what? And this is no shade to nobody, but sometimes when it is shade. They don't know how to teach it. It's because they don't understand it themselves. There's a lot of people that don't know how to do dimensional analysis. But when you see, like, when you get to hard problems or more complicated and fluffed up problems, using the goal to pick out what it is that you're looking for and not even having a clue what the freak is talking about, because how many people go into school and have a med background? Not a lot. I was a pharmacy technician. That's why I love this stuff. This was my stuff. Like I wanted to be a pharmacist before I was a nurse. Before I wanted to be an anesthesiologist. Before I wanted to be like a judge. Anyways, so look, when I was a kid, we had encyclopedia books. Okay, and like it was called World Book, right? I'm aging myself. Like I'm 36, so I grew up in the 90s. So and then my dad was in the Navy, so we had encyclopedia books, and I used to read encyclopedias. And y'all, I tried to make up my own math system. Like I'm a nerd for real. Anywho, but yeah. So a lot of people don't know how to teach the dimensional analysis or understand the dimensional. Heck, I didn't understand it when I was in school, but I was strong in math. Like I was good in math. I knew what I was looking for, why I multiplied, why I divided it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people aren't good at that, and that's okay. That's okay. If you're not good, if you suck at math, you just suck at math. But you don't need math for this, except for all of the simple stuff. And med math, I think it's more intimidating because you're a new nurse. You don't want to kill your patient. You want to do the right thing. You're the one who's giving the medicine, so it's kind of intimidating with that factor too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it is scary, and then it's in scenarios with words, with medicines that you have no clue of what's going on. But it's like you don't need that with the my puzzle piece method. You keep what's together. What's the goal? The goal. What's not there? You use a conversion, and you get your answer. Boom. Till I said that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'll tell it. I'll tell it. I'll tell it. Oh, um, Mar. Oh my gosh. How are you? Do you think hospitals would start to accept BSNs more than ADNs in the future? So, okay, let me tell you, LPNs are supposed to have been extinct forever. Okay, I was an LPN for 10 years before I got my RN in BSN. Okay, they're not. They're not. They want to, but they're not because school is so high. There is not enough instructors. It's just not going to be possible. I know people who've been ADNs all of their lives and had a fruitful career. Okay, so magnet status is the status they have. They want you to have BSNs. So if you want to do level one trauma or go to like these specialty hospitals that do like cancer and breakthrough procedures and all that stuff, then yeah, you will have to have your BSN. If you want to do management, you want to be somebody unit manager, you have to have your BSN. You want to climb that corporate ladder, yeah, you have to have your BSN higher. Okay. Okay, just bought the book. Thank you for teaching us. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Alexandra. Thank you. She said use what works for us. So I'm trying to. Okay, that's a cop out. That's a cop out answer. She just don't want to teach the dimensional analysis. She don't know how to teach dimensional. But anyway, I go to nursing school. Hey, TikTok University. See, I've never been good with math, but I love puzzles. See, so you're in the right place. Is there a major difference other than length for BSN and associates? So the difference between BSN and associate, all of your clinical knowledge, your skills, like the core nursing stuff, is going to be in your associate's degree. For like your BSN, it's more like community, forming research. Um, it's a whole lot of papers. I'm telling you that. Doing the PICO questions and your management, learning how to manage people and come up with unit budgets and all of that. Like that's why you have to have it for to be a unit manager and move up the corporate ladder. It's a lot more theory stuff and like management and research, and you might have to take a couple of what you call it, electives. Like I did women's health, which was really freaking interesting. But yeah, yeah. So you can be a nurse with your associate's degree. I got two associates BSN right there next to each other, hanging out there in the back. Well, you can't see it because my background's off, but they're in the back right there, sitting next to each other. You've been watching my YouTube channel. Okay, cool. I'm glad. Thank you. So if I want to get into peds, would a ADN suffice or BSN? It just no, you're fine, Pilar. So with peds, you still get peds in your associate's program. Like you get everything in your associate degree program. You get mental health, you get OB, you get maternal, you get critical care, you get burns, you get med surge 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. You get your fundamentals, your pharmacology, your health assessment. You get all of that in your associates. So I'm saying you could be a nurse. Like you are a nurse once you graduate and you sit for your NCLEX and you pass and you have your license, then it doesn't say NCLEX ADN. It doesn't say NCLEX BSN. So your degree does not determine your licensure. You see what I'm saying? My plan is associate, then let my job, and that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. I sure did, and they gave me a scholarship. Yeah. Got some money back too, baby. Yes, exactly. Let them pay for it. It's so high and expensive. That's why, and that's what really makes me upset too. When you have have a program and you have to have pharmacology and pass by 100 or 90, or you don't go to clinicals, or you get dropped from the program. Like, tuition is too high to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then not teach it, and then give like modules and stuff. Like, I take it personally, honestly. Um, I don't start the nursing program till August. Is it too early to learn? Heck no, Bree. You sit right here. You know how many times people ask me that? They come on these lives or even get tutoring sessions before they start school, and then like it's nothing to worry about and it's just done. Yeah, you start with those metric conversions right now on my website. You can go, let me see. Let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see. Boom, boom, boom. So this is my website, abrntutoring.com. It's all cute and pink, right? Yeah. Okay. So if you go to study and quiz resources, right? So you see that first one, that's the course. That's the whole course for the videos and the quizzes. Then you got some other practice quizzes that you can do. So, and then that's the weight based for like your IV drips and stuff, right? So, free study and conversion sheets. Download the conversions in your formula. So, your percent, your common conversions. This is the stuff you need right here, okay? Right here. Learn those. Learn that. If you don't want to look, if you don't want to look at paper, I have a tumbler with dosage conversions on it. Like, I'm trying to put the hay where the goat can get it as much as I can. All right, and that's your BSA formulas. What you said, I worked for a company as a CNA for 6 years. I was an intern and capstone student at my job, and they didn't hire me with a BSM. What? That is so janky. These folks, they tripping out here for real. Okay, thank you so much. You're welcome. I want to get my associates to save money, but I feel like people see it don't matter what people. Okay, Pilar, look at me, look at me, look at me good. Okay, don't look too hard because I'm tired. But look at me. It don't matter what people think. Okay, it does not matter. How are they gonna know that you're an associate's degree nurse if you don't tell them? How I failed my last semester of my LPN program by 2 points if I didn't tell you? It don't matter. Nah, I could care less what people think. Could care less. Could care less. You're young. You're in high school. But as you get older, people gon' people gon' people gon' people. Your patients are people. They gon' people too. They gon' people the most because they're sick and they don't understand medicine. Okay, so it does not matter. Even when I was an LPN, oh, that's a lower paid nurse. When you gonna be a real nurse? I still have a nursing degree. I mean, in the license. So it's like, what do you have? Okay, it does not matter. I write slight to might on my paper. Oh, you're welcome. I forgot about might to slight, three places to the right and little large left. I don't like using the look, I try to make stuff for everybody because I even have a playlist on on my channel um for the desired over half and ratio and proportion. It's not as full as the dimensional. I tell you that. Did I discriminate? Yeah, I did. But anyways, like I come up with my whole own puzzle piece method. Who else do you know is teaching you dimensional analysis with using puzzle pieces and no math? Hardly. Okay. So of course I'm gonna pour into that playlist. But yeah, so when you use dimensional, like you don't have to worry about three decimal places, this and that and the third. You know, just one thousand, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. That's all I think about. One to 1,000, one to 1,000, one to 1,000. I passed my dosage count, missed one the first, and oh shoot, go you, go you, go you. That's what's up. Why I still got these on here? Boom. So yeah, this is my site. Um. Okay, so who can guess the philosophy behind this one? I like the craft, and so I made this graphic. 5, 15, 30 is another one stuck. Yes, I love it. I'm glad it's there. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Why is this nursing related? Who can catch the pun in it? Who can get it? What? What is this? All right. You never push potassium. Exactly. Exactly. I followed you through my whole program and you helped me so much. You just graduated. Ah, Kaylee. Congratulations. Oh, when you taking the NCLEX? Have you tried to get a job yet? What's going on? Let me know. I love it. I love it. I love it. But yeah, so that's where you can get all the books and the tumblers and shirts. I got some more stuff to add to it, but home uh it's me, Nursey. This is where you can sign up for private tutoring. You can watch the live from here. Yep. So you see it's there, and the other lives are there. Book a session if you want to. Small groups, your 30-minute sessions, your hour, and of course your quizzes. So this is the big page right here. If you don't have a book, look, I know y'all in school. I know you're in school. I ain't trying to kill you. I'm just trying to put the hay where the goats can get it, man. So if you need more practice, go on here and practice. Cause that's the only way and you see how I say free buy it, free, free, free. So practice. You just took the NCLEX. Oh, you trying to get a job at Mayo Clinic, Minnesota. Oh, Kaylee, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Ah, how awesome. How awesome. Oh, you must keep in touch. I would love to see your journey. So what's this? That's the course. That is the course. I don't know if I can log in from this view and show you the stuff that's in the course. Y'all want to see what's inside the course? Thank you for answering my questions. I appreciate it. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, you're very welcome. You're so welcome. Look, you did that. You did that. Okay? You did that. I just showed you those puzzle pieces and you put them together. Congratulations again. Oh, okay. Y'all want to see what's inside the course? What I have to do? Where's in? Where is the course? She said yes. Okay, I'm trying to pull it up. My mouth is so dry. Let's see. Where is this course? The course. Why? There's a technical issue. Don't be technical and don't have no issues either. Let's see. Chrome. Um, is the Chrome open? Let's do it. I'm gonna show you what's inside the course. Programs. Here we go. Alrighty. So I'm trying to open it up for y'all. It's like a world premiere. Hey, okay. So This is the course. And let's see. So rounding.
Rounding is very important for
So you get
all
a
of your problems,
whole
especially
video
for your pediatric
breakdown.
patients. We want to make sure that we accurately give them the correct dose. So, therefore,
And
with rounding, it will tell you to round to a specific place, whether it's the
after
whole
you
number,
view the
the tens place,
video,
or the one.
then you get the quiz. So you get practice, you get a video, and you get practice. Let's look at like the drip rate. Because I feel
IV
like a lot of
flow
people
rate.
struggle with
All right.
IVs, but you don't have to.
So, IV flow rate. You can give an IV two ways. You can give it via IV pump, or you can give it via gravity. Okay. Either.
Let's
All
see.
right. All right.
So
Time.
you
It says two.
see. And yeah, you just go through all
IV
that.
flow rate. All right.
And
So,
then
IV flow
flow
rate. You
rates.
can give an IV two ways.
Boo, boo, boo,
You can give it
boo. You
via
get a flow
IV
rate
pump,
quiz, a
or you
drip
can give
rate
it via
quiz.
gravity. Okay.
So you
Either
see,
way, we're looking at how much
you got a good
volume.
little bit of
So volume
questions
is what? Fluid, right? So milliliter or
afterwards,
liter.
so you can
How much
practice
fluid is ordered that needs to go into the patient's vein over time? So volume
over
over time, and
time.
that's
So you just go
infusion
from
time.
step to step.
How long do they want to
You
take
do your
it to
quiz,
go into that
step to
patient's
step.
vein?
Well,
Okay.
video step, and do
So
your quiz.
in these questions, you might
And yep,
encounter
there's the
fluff,
there's
but
the
that
workbook.
goal is going to help
Your
you
metric
eliminate the
conversions,
fluff. Okay. So we're
all
using the
of it.
same
Oral
setup, the
medicines,
same
and
philosophy
then you
for
got a
different
quiz.
types of dosage questions.
So I think
All right. So
you get the point.
IV flow rate.
All
We
of
have
this.
D5
Heparin
half
bolus.
molar saline, 500
So
milliliters to
heparin is
infuse
it doesn't need to be
over 8
complicated. It's
hours.
still done
How
in the
many
same exact
milliliters per
way
hour
as
will
we've
you
done
set the
all the
pump?
rest of
And we're
these
going to
problems.
round to the nearest
And
whole
boom.
number. Okay.
Quiz.
So
And then a thank you after
our
you
goal.
complete it. Alrighty. I'm headed to the website now. And people are saying something. I'm so excited. Okay, Bree. So yeah. I love dosage calculations. I love pouring into y'all. I'm so glad y'all came to study with me. I've actually been missing the live sessions. I had to take a break. I did. I really did. And but I'm still here. So Wednesday nights, make sure that you follow me on YouTube and subscribe, because we don't know if TikTok is gonna go down. Like mm, every day is something. So we got a little bit comfortable. We didn't think TikTok was gonna be gone for real, and then it was like zero dark 30. It was like, oh my gosh. And so I still was on YouTube. So I have my lives there, and the replays are there, and there's a whole puzzle piece playlist. So whatever problem that you're trying to solve, then it should be on the list. If not, then shoot me a message, shoot me a DM. I would love to make some more content.